special team, as you say, Dickie. For the first time, I think, we're seeing the basis of the England defence, which would go into the World Cup the following year. He was still experimenting, I think, with lots of players. You had young Peter Thompson from Liverpool, Barry Bridges from Chelsea, Johnny Byrne from West Ham there. But the defence, we were seeing for the first time, my brother Jack, this was his first game. Nobby Stiles, his first game. And I think it was really important because at that particular time, players like Nobby Stiles and Jack Charlton, who were really good for the 4-3-3 system, and they suited it perfectly, were being brought in. It was specific people being brought in to do a specific job.
And Dennis, the Scottish team?
Well, the Scottish team was basically of a very good side. We'd beaten England the year before. We felt very confident of coming to Wembley and getting a result, i.e. beating them, because we had been thrashed in a couple of years before. But when you look at the side, it was a mixture of experience, Bobby Collins and Bill Brown, of course, in goal. Ian St John up front, Wilson, wee Henderson on the wing, a good little player, tricky player, full of character. And I think we had the basics of a good side, a hard in midfield. Pat Crerand, of course, lovely passer of the ball, John Greig acting that bit still. We felt we would come to Wembley and sort of forget the result 2 years before and get a good result.
And two orthodox wingers, Dennis.
Well, we had in those days, didn't we?
Well,
which was nice for, if you're a striker, it was lovely to get the crosses in.
Well, let's watch the best of the match now, in which Bobby and Dennis on either side. Of course, England-Scotland, April 1965. England needing a draw to win the Home International Championship. Commentary by Ken Wolstenholme.
So with England in the white shirt preparing to kick off, the referee, Mr. Schultz of Hungary, blows the whistle, and this 82nd England-Scotland match begins with the rain coming down again. This stuff, where's the tossed up? Down came the rain. Hamilton to Henderson, now Scotland can't afford mistakes like that. Well, we have seen enough in the first few seconds to know that this ground's going to cut up on top. A lot of rain on Thursday night, a lot of rain last night and this morning, and now it's coming down very steadily again. Hamilton and Collins, who's obviously going to try and control the midfield. This will-o'-the-wisp footballer. Stiles bringing his first international to Cohen. It's Moore, who's playing as the second centre-half. Interesting to see how Stiles will fit into this. Up comes Greig. Greig to Wilson, who's not been playing very well for Rangers, so they tell me. England's throw. Greaves. To Crerand. Now then, chance for England, it's Byrne. Greaves get to it. Hamilton there first. There's McCreadie. Oh, a mistake almost in his opening minutes of his first international. What a natty jockey cap Bill Brown's got. Greaves finding Thompson. Charlton's moved into the middle. Bobby Charlton, that is. Now, Crerand. Crerand to Law. And here's Henderson trying his shot in the middle. And he's fouled by Nobby Stiles. Well, could you lip read what Henderson said? Obviously, Mr. Jolt could.
That was a typical Nobby tackle, wasn't it, Bobby?
He had...
typical Nobby tackle.
Yeah. Willie Henderson and Nobby, it was a clash of two people there that had real trouble with their eyes. Little Willie had great big specs as well. And, yeah, But it was Nobby's first match, and maybe some people were wondering how he would perform on Wembley, whether the occasion would make him behave himself. But he's a tackler and he's a ball winner, and that's the way he saw it.
He should have gone off. He should have been sent off.
That's what you hoped at the time, Dennis.
You think so? I wouldn't have thought that.
On his day, a superb wingman. And water splashing up from his heels as he moves. Now to Crerand. He's the real menace. It's a little fellow, Willie Henderson. To Collins. Crerand. Henderson now to St. John. England having to pack in defence at the moment. Well, that was a dangerous enough back pass. That's how deep Bobby Charlton's had to come. Now a lovely ball to Byrne. That's a bad one. McCreadie. Scotland more accurate in passing the ball. Wilson back into McCreadie. Law waving his arms, screaming for it. There he is. He's offside. Well, all right. So he was offside, but worth the extra money to see.
That's cheeky. That is cheeky, Dennis.
It was a bit. And seriously, I mean, I saw the light. I was never offside either, you know. But I did know it before I backheeled it in, I must admit. I can't remember doing that.
Always the showman, Dennis.
Superbly bred last year at Hampden. And capping that display this afternoon. Now Greaves starting to take this one. Crerand having a tussle with Byrne. Jack Charlton finding another body again. What about a shot? He's a great goal! A beautiful goal by Bobby Charlton.
I bet you remember that one, Bobby.
Well, I did. It was the first time the two brothers had played for England, and he actually passed the ball to me, Jack, and I remember it. But I also remember that I was always taught, if you get near the goals, just hit the ball in the general direction. And I remember Bill Brown was unsighted with that, you know, because it was a long way out, and I didn't really expect to score. But he was unsighted because one of the defenders was in his way, and it flew in. But I'll always remember that, yeah.
Great hero now, finding Stiles. Stiles to Greaves. And Stiles moving forward in the centre forward position. Here he is, and he's offside. Stiles. Greig to Law. Collins. Wilson beginning to move inside, but he wanted the ball quickly. Law to St. John. Now Wilson. Law. And Stiles covering up. Charlton, good to see him. Come back, Bobby Charlton, come back and forage for the ball. Now Greaves hit it first time, he scored, a lovely goal. Puts England 2-0 in the lead.
You provided the pass that time, Bobby.
I'd forgot that. I had forgot that. Now, I remember the first goal, and I remember the end of the match, how we were hanging in, but to be honest, I don't remember that. It was good play.
And 2-0 down in it.
No, to be fair, I must admit that was a good goal. Yeah. Good pass, and of course my favourite striker, Greavesy, with his bad foot as well, his right foot. But good goal. Yeah. Not happy, but good.
The great difference between these two teams has manifested itself with England really taking their chances. Two fine shots, both got into the back of the net. Scotland, Wilson. And a foul by St John using his elbows on the goalkeeper, Banks. Byrne to Moore. Good to see England's main goal scorers in such chance-snapping form. Stiles telling Bridges to get sprinting. There's Bridges. Greaves in the middle. Not far off being number 3. Now McCreadie. And Scotland, who started so well, and now being outplayed by England. Free kick to Scotland for hands by Moore, or is it a drop ball? I see, yes, the ball was moving when the free kick was taken. Now Hamilton, Scotland. Scotland will be well advised to use Henderson on the right a bit more. And away goes Bridges. He's got Greaves in the middle. Thompson, in comes Charlton, number 3, no. Fine save by Brown. And Greig getting it away, kicking Brown at the same time. That's a bang on the head when you save a goal like that. Corner, says the linesman. And it's given corner to England. Greaves with the corner for England. And another corner, yes. And Jack Charlton, I think, fell badly. There's Jack Charlton. No, he's all right. So Greaves, having crossed from the right wing to the left wing, going to take it again, and here's Jack Charlton, who will stay in the middle for this Greaves corner kick. Now, can Scotland strike? Well, Jack Charlton's at the other end of the field. Is McCreadie. Scotland have lost their accuracy. They're not finding them in with the ball. Now Jack Charlton. Bridges. England now playing with much more verve, much more spirit, much more go about them. Well on top now. More finding Collins. Back to Crerand. Scotland concentrating in the middle, and it's not bringing them success. McNeill to Crerand. Hamilton. Law. Well, that's a back clearance by Moore, so Hamilton starts Scotland on the go again. Collins. Back to Law. Oh, it's a goal! Oh, he caught Banks on the wrong foot.
Oh, a beautifully conceived goal, that, Dennis.
Oh, absolute excellent goal. Probably one of the best I've ever scored. I think it actually went through Banks's legs. I'm not too sure. I can't, for the life of me, what was going through my mind, actually attempting a shot from that far up. I must have been looking at Bobby through the years. With my left peg as well.
I mean, I can't believe it either. I'm looking at it and thinking, Banksy, I mean, the greatest goalkeeper in the world. I honestly had forgot that. If I'd have seen that earlier, I would probably have said that Banksy was not the best goalkeeper in the world.
Actually, I thought I hit it with my right.
Yeah, well, it just shows you, doesn't it? This is interesting, isn't it?
Little fella can do with it. Oh, good tackle by Wilson. Collins. In. This is Crerand. St. John now to McCreadie. He'll have a crack. Thompson. All good, exciting stuff. Very good football on both sides. Thompson. Don't worry about him being inside. He used to be an inside forward. Notice how number 9 for Scotland, St. John, the centre forward, has come so deep. Collins. Henderson on his right. And what's the matter with Wilson? He's hurt. Now, this is amazing. There was no one near him. He doesn't seem to... Oh, that's Ray Wilson. He must have been winded. And Wilson certainly not going to come back. Well, this half, in fact, there goes the half-time whistle, with England leading by 2 goals to 1.
Well, they say the game is much faster now, but certainly the ball was in play much more in those days than now. Don't you think so?
Yeah, it's tough.
1 lead at half-time. Here's the second half.
Scotland then to kick off in the second half. The sun shining, which is a nice change. And England with only 10 men. Wilson hasn't come back for the second half yet. Then away goes Scotland. And let's hope the second half has the same sort of excitement and thrills as the first half had. Now, Thompson to Bridges. Thompson moving in the middle, hoping to get a return. There it's got it. Byrne has gone back in defence for England. Now, Henderson. Greaves coming back. And a sensible back pass that too by Greaves. Byrne.
Oh. So Ray wasn't stayed on to give Scotland a chance, as well, did he?
I don't know. I mean, they were always hard, the Scots. It didn't matter what the lead was, you know. I mean, we played a match when we beat them 9-3, but the score was about 5-2 or something, and they were still very much in the game.
But no substitutes, of course. Then,
no substitutes, which is a big plus for Scotland in this.
Well, to be fair, we said that we would take a man off, but of course you couldn't actually do that, you know, without permission. We had to play with the 11.
That was your idea, wasn't it?
That was my idea.
Yeah, but in fact, what position do you assume at that point then, Bobby?
Well, I was having to drift back to play. I think I was supporting the fullback because Ray Wilson had gone. Yeah. But I think, as we found out later in the match, I actually had to go and play left back because I think we lost another player, if I remember rightly.
Did you?
I have a feeling.
If I remember correctly, you played well actually at left back. You did.
Let's wait and see.
Hamilton left standing then. Up down from Thompson to Bridges. Goal kick. Stiles. Up comes Cohen. Bridges trying to tee it up for Thompson. If anything, it's England playing with the more determination, which is strange for this match. We normally expect to see Scots pulling out that wee bit extra. Suddenly, England moving and thinking faster now. Byrne has gone down. McNeill's hurt. Now Henderson, here comes Law. And there's Johnny Byrne. Byrne was hurt almost in the first minute. I don't know whether it's the same injury. 5 minutes gone of the second half. England already down to 10 men, leading 2-1, and this is Byrne, who seems to be in considerable amount of pain. And it's a stretcher. I think it's a stretcher.
Bobby, were there more injuries in those days?
No, I don't think so. I think it was the pitch, actually. It was a bit soggy. That it rained hard, and I think it was just the footing probably went. I can't remember actually what it had, but it looks very much like ligaments to me. A knee ligament problem, yeah. Because there's no question of him staying on the field. You just can't run with that injury.
No, indeed not. So you're down to 9 men now.
9 men, and I think this is when they told me that I had to go play at left back. We had to try and hold our lead then. It wasn't a case of trying to win the match. It was just making sure we consolidated our defence.
You must have fancied your chances now, Dennis.
Well, to be fair, we felt a bit guilty, you know, having only to play against 9 men. And when we eventually did sort of, well, we'll see it shortly to come, we get back into the game, we just thought, well, let's make it that. Yeah. Let's not get any more. I'm not saying that we didn't get any more. But,
He's a generous man.
Let's not overdo it.
There he is, Willie Hamilton of Dundee. Alec Hamilton, rather, of Dundee. This is Greaves. Well, there seem to be blue shirts everywhere. Jimmy Greaves hasn't got anyone to give the ball to. Corner. Well, now then, we've only got 1 white shirt, no 2 in the penalty area at the moment, as Greaves takes the corner. Jackie Charlton on the edge of the penalty area. The thin white line of England it is now. Up to Collins. Henderson. Bobby Charlton. Ooh, Hunter getting his face in all that mud. Free kick by Scotland, and now number 10, Law. Collins, back to Crerand. Law, and Banks put him off for the time being. Henderson. And another corner. Because all the pressure will be on England now. We can expect nothing else. Law to Henderson, a short one. And it's no, yes it is. Brave effort by Cohen. But there's Ian St John has equalised for Scotland. 58 minutes gone.
all of a foot.
I suppose it had to come, Dennis, didn't it?
Well, to be fair, I can't remember they playing against 9. I remember playing against 10, but 9, we did feel a bit guilty there.
In fact, you had a good chance just before that, too.
I did, actually. I was a bit slow. I should have done better than that. But that was a vicious header from the Saint. I mean, it must have been all of a foot.
All of a foot.
So, England now in real trouble. Cohen. Thompson. England players must be wondering whether there's any chance of Byrne coming back. We haven't heard that yet. If England can keep the score at 2-all, it will mean that they're the British champions for this season. They just need a point to do it. Thompson to Charlton. Charlton notices got rid of any shin pads now. Got his stockings rolled right down so that he doesn't get cramped. There's Jackie Charlton. Cohen. And Johnny Byrne is going to come back. Byrne is coming back. He's limping badly. He's behind the Scottish goal, the England goal now. The referee hasn't seen Byrne. Now it's Charlton. Oh, now Scotland breaking away. Oh, this could be a bad one. This is Henderson. Left out to Crerand. Collins, who's got Law free. Here comes Law. There you see Byrne anxiously waving. That's Johnny Byrne and Harold Shepherdson with him, and there's the signal he can come on.
Bobby, that's amazing. Someone should limp on like that.
Well, it's crazy. These days, you would think it was absolutely silly to actually put a lad on who was injured, who would probably do more damage to himself. But in those days, you know, if there was no substitutes, you had to put a man on, and you actually brought him on just as nuisance value, just to actually make sure that one of their defenders had to at least stay with him. So he was of use, even though it was pretty bad knee.
I thought he was moving quite well, actually, personally. I thought he...
It so happens that's his last international match, this one.
Was it?
He doesn't play any more after this, so maybe that injury is sustained, you know.
No, but I mean, England had to do it. At least he couldn't go unmarked. Scotland had to waste a player by marking him.
Took a bit of pressure off us a little bit, you know.
So it's England up to 9.5 men now. Henderson. And Charlton playing valiantly. Bobby Charlton, but left back. There's Bobby Charlton. What a great game he's playing at left back. Scored one goal, made another. Now playing a stormer at left back. Greig not doing so badly as another defender. Crerand to Law. Henderson. Crerand. Wilson. Back to Crerand. Now Wilson. Good save by Banks. There's Davy Wilson. They are congratulating Bobby Charlton, saying, if I ever have to play left back, I hope I do as well as you. There's number 7, Henderson, with the corner for Scotland. And Greaves getting it away. But Greig. Is Greig the Scottish left half? Everyone in England's half except the Scottish goalkeeper. 2-all as Collins finds Henderson. Wilson, St John. And only St John with the net, so that doesn't count. The only way England can do it. And Law penalised for putting his feet up. There's Auld Enemy on his feet, telling the England players to go back. Those people are whistling and booing. Would you rush if you were one of 9.5 fit men? And there's Alf Ramsey. Still looking. There's Billy Bremer on the right, the extreme right, the Scottish reserve. And doesn't he look a bit worried? Ian McCall, that is, throwing the ball in, the Scottish team manager. And someone invading the pitch now. A Scot on the left has run onto the pitch. He's now run off again. He's being chased by a policeman. It's fantastic. There it is. He's going quiet. Scots, so far this season in the Home International Championship, have only won one match. They beat Ireland, lost to Wales. Okay. And the whistle is going now. I think it's gone, and England, a fantastic performance, and Wembley rises to them as England have held Scotland 2 goals each.
So England hold out to take the Home International Championship in 1965.